February 2nd, 2018. The infamous Nunes memo had just been released.
Gentlemen, Punxsutawney Phil!
It was Groundhog Day, and I was wandering around Old City, Philadelphia, freezing my butt off. But a comforting sight welcomed me. A warm-looking art gallery with its lights on. Perhaps I could go in and take the chill off for a little while. Who knows? Maybe the show will be good. It turned out to be very good indeed. I asked the warm-hearted gallerist to tell me about the show.
I'm Christine Pfister. I'm the owner and director at Pentimenti Gallery. We are currently showing a new exhibition that will open tomorrow on Saturday. And the core to this exhibition is 3 artists. And the idea to this show, it is to think about what we remember when we go to places. The idea of selecting memories of places you visit, very abstract, but very much related to locations. So the show is 3 artists bringing all those ideas back to the studio and creating works that is totally different from each other. They don't know each other. The show was curated with this idea of different formats. So we have here works on paper, we have photography, and then we have 3D object and collages.
Speaking of places, you sound like you're from a very upstate part of Ohio, am I right?
Yeah, I could say South Philly. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm actually from Switzerland.
Ah, I thought I detected a slight accent. What part of Switzerland?
Geneva.
Do you miss it?
I do miss it, but I'm there often. So I always said I'm the lucky one. I have the best of both worlds.
Krista Svalbonas creates beautiful collages and assemblages using images from 3 places.
We have photographs from New York, Chicago, and rural Pennsylvania, because she lived in those 3 places.
I learned from her website that Krista's parents emigrated from the Baltic states to America, and that has always made her ponder the idea of home. I watched a video in which Lindsay Landfried was asked about her working method. She replied with a smile that it's a mix of mania, meditation, and monotony. I asked Christine Pfister to characterize Ms. Landfried's work.
Very, very abstract. The relationship to the color are very much based on sky and on sunset as well, or sunrise as well. So even though the visual element totally disappear, but the inspiration is very much based to going back to, again, the outdoor and the selective memories that she brings back to the studio.
And the way they're folded, they catch both the natural and the spotlights in different ways, so different parts of them become accented.
Yeah, absolutely. They become sculptural as well. They become objects. We have 3 large-scale work on paper installed on frame, so made to live in a home where they don't need to have a frame as well.
I live in Ocean City, New Jersey, and am a lifelong lover of birds. Perhaps that's one reason I was so drawn to Jason DeMarte's incredibly intriguing photographs.
The compositions are based between flowers, branches to birds, photographing nature, and those images are brought back to his studio, and he recreates a total new vision of what he combined between home element, because in one of the photographs we have sparkle from cakes, and the nature element that he just photographed from his walk.
In his artist statement, Jason uses two expressions that seem to distill the essence of his aesthetics: visual gluttony and homogenized ecstasy. Although he is clearly critiquing our consumerist culture, the pull of the exquisite beauty of these images seduces one's eye entirely. He reminds me a bit of the 16th century painter Bronzino, whose work both attracts and repels in equal measure. Christine told me that finding caterpillars in the wild is difficult, so Jason raises his own. I assume that he uses Photoshop to orchestrate these images. If so, his mastery of this program is astonishing.
Are these one of a kind, or does he do a series of prints?
So they are edition of 10. Okay. Each photograph is an edition of 10, yes.
And give me a little history on Pentimenti.
So Pentimenti opened in 1992. The core of the program is contemporary art, and we feature artists who do painting, photography, and sculpture. But we have a strong interest in material-based work. So, for example, we exhibit the work of Mark Casement, and his work is made with packaging tape. Half of the artists represented at Pentimenti work with an interest in material. So we are interested in formal materials, which is oil paintings or acrylic paintings, but we also love to show what new artists are creating today with those unconventional materials.
Thanks, Christine. So if you find yourself in Old City, walk on over to Pentimenti and check out their terrific show. You will not regret it.